The story begins with a boy named Ian, who went to a bank to cash a check and withdraw some money. He signed the documents as instructed by the cashier and left with the money. But as soon as he left, the cashier was left utterly shocked because he realized that the check was fake. It had a message written on it, apologizing for robbing the bank. Then, we see an event that happened a few days earlier. Ian and his father, Vicente, went to a store to buy something. Vicente went inside while Ian waited outside. Inside the store, Vicente secretly hid some bottles of liquor in his jacket and signaled Ian. Ian then used his magical abilities to create an illusion so that the shopkeeper wouldn't notice the theft. Their plan worked, and Vicente quietly exited the store. He told Ian that he was going to get the car and instructed him to keep the illusion intact. However, just then, some girls arrived, which distracted Ian. As a result, his illusion broke. At that moment, the shopkeeper realized the theft and, grabbing a hammer, ran after Vicente. The shopkeeper then noticed Ian and moved towards him. Before she could do anything, Ian told her to step back. Enraged, the woman attempted to attack Ian, prompting him to pull out his gun. But when she didn't stop, Ian suddenly shot her. At that moment, the woman collapsed to the ground, and blood started flowing from her stomach. Before anyone could see them, Vicente quickly took Ian and fled in the car. Just as they left, a police officer arrived and saw the woman lying on the road, groaning in pain. But the truth was that she was never actually shot. In fact, both the gun and the blood were just another illusion created by Ian. Despite this, the woman told the police to chase Vicente for the theft, and soon the police were after them. Seeing this, Vicente became furious because he didn't want his car to be blacklisted. So he ordered Ian to quickly change the appearance of the car. Ian did as he was told, but after a while he started complaining that he was tired of these small-time thefts. He asked why they didn't use his powers to rob a bank instead. To this, Vicente replied that it was too risky. If anyone ever discovered Ian's powers, the government would capture him and use him for their own benefit. Meanwhile, the police were getting closer, so Ian created another illusion. The officers suddenly believed that a heavy snowstorm had started, and then they felt as if their car had flipped over. But the truth was, their vehicle was completely fine, and nothing had actually happened to them. At that moment, we see a woman named Adriana watching a CCTV footage in which Ian was using his powers. Seeing this, Adriana took a deep breath of relief, because she had been searching for him for years. The next morning, Ian had a terrifying dream, in which a woman named Osla was screaming while holding a baby in her arms. Just then, Ian woke up, and Vicente wished him a happy birthday. Vicente was preparing something special for him, so Ian thanked him. However, after a while, Ian said that he was going to the arcade to celebrate his birthday. On the other hand, we see the police officer from the previous day telling his friend how they couldn't catch the thieves because of the heavy snowfall. But his friend didn't believe him, as it had never snowed in that area before. Meanwhile, a man named Perceptor was secretly listening to their conversation. He overheard that some special agents were searching for Ian and Vicente, so he also started tracking them. In the evening, Adriana and her men found Vicente on his boat. But Ian was not there. Adriana said that she was from the agency, and it seemed like she and Vicente knew each other from before. In reality, they had both worked for a special organization that conducted experiments on people like Ian. Now, Adriana began torturing Vicente to extract information about Ian. However, she soon received news that Ian's location had been discovered. The agency's men arrived to abduct Ian, but Perceiver was already there. When he saw Adriana's men, he attacked them in an attempt to rescue Ian. He then warned Adriana that he was present. Adriana knew how powerful Perceiver was, so she ordered her men to stop him at all costs. She couldn't let him reach Ian. Now, Perceiver became their new target, but he managed to put the agents into an illusion to escape. Meanwhile, when Ian saw him, he realized that there were others like him who could also create illusions. Soon, multiple agents attacked Perceiver at once, capturing him and placing an iron mask over his head. Just then, a woman named Estota arrived with some agents. They captured Ian and took him to meet Adriana. They hustled Ian into the van where Adriana held Vicente, already unconscious. Before Ian could react, Adriana clamped an iron mask onto his head and swiftly took a blood sample, sending it to the lab for immediate analysis. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Perceptor had overcome the agents who captured him. He ripped off his own iron mask and set out to intercept Adriana's van, but he was too late. Later, Adriana removed the iron mask from Ian's head, revealing they were now at the agency's headquarters. "What do you want?" Ian demanded. Adriana revealed the existence of the Awareness, an organization of individuals with extraordinary abilities who secretly controlled the world. She explained that Perceptor was the last of their kind, and he wanted Ian to join him. However, Adriana had a different agenda. She wanted Ian to reveal the formula that granted him his powers, hoping to find a way to eliminate Perceptor. Ian realized he was merely a test subject, a lab rat. "I just want to leave with my father," he pleaded. Adriana smirked. "If you want to see your father, do exactly as I say." Adriana ordered Ian to create a specific illusion trap. Ian complied, but she declared the task incomplete. Ian retorted, "Not until I see my father." Finally, Adriana brought Ian to Vincent. Ian noticed a familiarity between Adriana and Vincent. "How do you two know each other?" he asked. Adriana replied, "You'll find out." She instructed Ian to delve into Vincent's mind and uncover the truth from his memories. Vincent vehemently objected, but Ian ignored him. Adriana presented Ian with a picture of Asla, urging him to learn her identity from Vincent's memories. Despite Vincent's desperate attempts to stop him, Ian entered his mind. He witnessed Vincent working with Adriana years ago, and then the kidnapping of a child from a woman named Arjaj. Ian snapped back to reality. "What did you see?" Adriana asked. Ian recounted the kidnapping. Then, the horrifying truth dawned on him. He was the kidnapped child. Vincent was not his father. Asla, the woman from his dreams, was his mother. Adriana revealed that Asla might still be alive and offered to help him find her. She then left to review Ian's blood analysis. Adriana met with her boss, reporting that Ian's blood work was anomalous. There was no trace of any special formula to explain his powers. His blood was that of an ordinary human. Her boss was perplexed. Adriana theorized that Ian inherited his powers, born with them. Both Asla and Ian's biological father must have possessed the formula. The boss concluded that Ian needed to be eliminated before he became too powerful. Adriana countered, arguing that Ian could be a valuable asset in their fight against the mule. Esther, a woman offering help, met Ian and facilitated his escape. She swiftly neutralized the guards, but Ian insisted on bringing Vincent. Meanwhile, the Preceptor discovered Ian's absence and Adriana dispatched agents. The Preceptor intercepted and eliminated them. Ian, Esther, and Vincent fled in a car, but the Preceptor punctured their tires, causing a crash. Ian used an illusion to make the car vanish, deceiving the Preceptor, who eventually left. They found refuge in a hotel. The next morning, Ian questioned Esther's motives. She revealed she worked for the Awareness Organization, seeking redemption. Vincent was heavily intoxicated, prompting Esther's frustration. Ian explained he needed Vincent for answers. Following Esther's advice, Ian delved into Vincent's mind again, discovering a conversation with Adriana about a scientist named Kaminsky in Poland.